Anya Hart here. Thank you for joining us on Hollywood Live. Hey, everybody, welcome to Hollywood Live. Well, my guest today is an absolute national treasure. He has also been a friend of AURN's for a very long time. Say hi to Anthony Anderson. How are you?
I'm all right, Tanya. How are you today?
I'm doing great talking to you, darling. It's been a minute. Yeah, everybody's good, I know.
Everybody's healthy. Everybody's fine. So knock on wood.
Yep, that's what we do. Well, we've got a lot to catch up on, especially your new series with Mama Doris. But first, we want to talk a little bit about some health stuff. You have been, well, you were diagnosed with type 2 diabetes several years ago, almost 20 years ago, and you've been living with it. A lot of people may not have known that, but it's something that really affects our community in a really not good way. So, what are you doing about it, and what message are you sending out there to folks about all this?
Well, what I'm doing is I've been traveling the country and the world, actually, for the last few years with my partnership with Novo Nordisk, just giving my testimony about what it's like living with type 2 diabetes, the emotion and everything that I went through, the stages that I went through once I was diagnosed. And we decided to partner up and talk about getting real about diabetes. And we have a website, getrealaboutdiabetes.com, where everyone can go and get information about what it is that they can do, they need to do if they are pre-diabetic or once they're diagnosed with the disease. They can go there and get the tools that they need and all the information that they need to help with this diabetic journey. It's no secret. It's been almost 21 years that I've been diagnosed now. And my mom was diagnosed not too long after me. I was the first person in my family. And my father was subsequently diagnosed as a type 2 diabetic. But also, once he was diagnosed, we realized that he had been living with diabetes for more than 20 years undiagnosed.
Wow,
So
yes.
you can only imagine his quality of life at that time. And unfortunately, we lost him due to complications of diabetes. So another reason to get real about diabetes.
Well, you mentioned several key points there. First of all, how do we know that we have it, especially if you're not a person that often visits a doctor? What are some of the signs?
Some of the signs of being a diabetic: constant urination, unquenchable thirst, fatigue, things like that. Those were my symptoms. There are a few more, but I realized that something was off with me once I was taking midday naps and being lethargic throughout the day, and I just credited it to being so busy and all of that. I was like, I just need to take a vacation. I need to get some rest. But one night, from 11:30 to 1 o'clock in the morning, I drank 5 gallons of water, and every time I would go get a drink of water, I would have to urinate. As soon as I urinate, I would need another glass of water. But as soon as I got another glass of water, I was back in the restroom. So that cycle continued until the whole 5 gallon jug of water was empty. And that's when I knew that something was up. I knew about the symptoms of diabetes, and I was like, I don't want to claim this, but I think this is what I have. And when I went to the doctor the next morning, I hit the trifecta: high cholesterol, hypertension, and type 2 diabetes.
Wow. But you've been living with it. You've obviously done well. You have excelled in your career, like, many people would not have thought. We always knew. Okay. But anyway, so in doing that, here we are. We're at the holidays, believe it or not. Holidays already. A lot of this I know has a lot to do with the food you eat and the things you do with your body. How are we going to stop eating Mama Nim's mac and cheese and all that stuff that we are going to eat very soon?
How are we going to stop eating Big Mama's mac and cheese? Okay. Well, first off, we've been eating Big Mama's mac and cheese our entire lives. That's what got me to the point of being a type 2 diabetic. So we know what the cause and effect of that is. We know what it tastes like. As opposed to getting the portions that we normally get. Let's not deprive ourselves. Let's
Yeah.
get a taste of it.
Yeah.
Get a taste of it. As opposed to eating a whole sweet potato pie, why don't you eat just a half of a slice? You know,
Okay.
things like that. As opposed to piling all of these carbs onto your plate with the cornbread dressings, the rice, the dirty rice, the biscuits, and all of that. Cut back on your portion. Put a little bit more vegetables on there, and not vegetables that have been sauteing in pork fat, salt pork, turkey necks and turkey wings.
Right.
Let's make some healthier choices at this time. I'm not saying to probably get a little bit of what you normally have had over all these years, but still,
Mhm.
let's make some healthier choices during the holidays, and that's going to help.
And of course, exercise. I mean, you are so busy. Of course, we are unfortunately Blackish is about to end. I think this is the final season. Have we seen the final season of that? You've got a bunch of new stuff coming up, but I know you're constantly busy. So, we also know you can afford a trainer over at your spot. But for those who may not be able to do that, what would you suggest in terms of exercise and stuff?
Tanya, a lot of people say that to me. They're like, "Well, you're rich. You can afford a trainer." Yeah, that's true. I have been fortunate to be able to do things like that, but you don't necessarily need a trainer. You don't need a trainer to walk up the stairs as opposed to taking the elevator or an escalator. You don't need a trainer to walk around your neighborhood, walk around your block, walk up and down your block, walk around the park, walk around the mall. You don't need a full weight set. You can take you a couple of canned goods out of your cabinet and just walk and alternate your arms and do that. So it's just about keeping your body in motion. It's just about keeping your heart rate up. It's just about movement because the body in motion stays in motion. So we can know we can't continue to hide behind the excuse, well, I don't have the money for a trainer. Anthony, I don't have the money for fresh vegetables. Yeah, you do. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
do.
do. Yeah, you do. Because
Hmm.
you can get outside and walk up and down like around your neighborhood, like just what you were saying. So, all of that being said, you keep busy. We've all fallen in love with your mama, Mama Doris. You guys have
Hmm.
a new series coming out I want to talk about. But first, there is a running joke in the comedic world here in Hollywood about who's the funniest now, you or your mother. Uh, because she brings it. She really does.
My mama has started that narrative about who is the funniest between the two of us. I always tell my mama who has more zeros at the end of the check.
Okay.
That determines who's the funniest. But my mother, look, I am here doing what I'm doing because of my mother. My mother had dreams of being an actor as a kid, but she had to put those dreams on hold because she was a single mother at 17 and had me. She put her dreams on hold of being an actor to raise an actor, not knowing that that's what she was doing. So for me to be able to be in a position to allow my mother to live out her wildest fantasies now and be good at it
Mhm.
is truly a blessing. So if my mother thinks she's funnier than me, I will let her. I will acquiesce. I will back away and give that to my mama. Mama, you got it. You
That's
win.
because you're a smart son. See, by saying that, you get extra stuff. Okay. We'll even give you a little extra spoon of mac and cheese on
Now, there you
Thanksgiving for
go.
that.
There you go.
Okay. So you've got a new series, speaking of your mother, that you guys are working on, and it's about a haunted house or something, isn't it?
Yeah, well, those episodes just recently aired. They were for Discovery Plus. We did 6 episodes called House Haunters. They brought us in, and it was our prank show. Where we brought unsuspecting home buyers, home owners, interior decorators, real estate agents to 6 homes here in the upstate New York area that we I want to say booby trapped and had a little fun with them. And those just recently completed airing right around Halloween. So that was exciting. But I'm also developing a new reality show for my mom that I'm going to be a part of with her. It's basically our version of the Griswolds Family Vacation, except we're taking it over to Europe, and we're just going to have some fun over there and go to maybe 6 to 8 different countries. Jump out of planes, ride camels, drive some race cars, hook my mama up with some dates on Tinder, all the fun stuff. And
I got to tell you something. Okay, so you're also a great late night host, fill in. I hope you'll have your own late night show because you really need that very soon. But all that being said, when you were filling in for Jimmy Kimmel and you did this whole segment with your mother, I was like, that's a show. Miss Doris's boyfriends.
Yeah, yeah.
So, that's a show.
If Flavor Flav can have a show called Flavor of Love,
okay,
my mama can have a show called Help My Mama Find a Date.
Okay,
that's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to
say. That's a show. And I know everybody would watch that one as well. Anthony, you've done so well. You have represented all of us so well for so many years. Blackish is going away. What would you like? What's kind of your final word on that?
It's bittersweet, turning into sadness right now. But I look at all of the great things that we were able to do over the last 8 years with our show, almost 200 episodes, tackling topics that haven't been tackled in a while, at least from our perspective, on broadcast television. Being unapologetic about who I am and as a character and as who we are as a family on this show, and having several points of view, and more importantly, creating dialogue, starting conversations between those who may not agree in the beginning, and pulling back the veil and being our authentic selves and showing a part of life that some people didn't think, believe, or cared to believe existed. And living the American dream. That's what it's all about, giving our children more and making sure they're better than the generation before them.
Well, you have done that exceedingly well as a character and also in real life. So we applaud and celebrate you and thank you for all you've done and for all the rest of the stuff you're going to do, because I know you're going to keep entertaining us. And if you don't, Mama Doris will. So.
Well, yeah. Whenever I stop, I'm going to hand the baton to my mother. Yeah.
I know that's right. I know. Anthony, thank you for joining us today and imparting all of that wonderful information that Lord knows the Black community needs about diabetes, because it's been a killer. It has been a killer in our community, and it's got to stop because it doesn't have to be that way. So
no, it does not. It does not.
Thank you so much. And for everybody else out there, this is why you keep tuning to Hollywood Live, because we just keep bringing it, like Anthony Anderson. Anthony, thank you so much. Come back anytime. I want to see the new series.
Okay. Thank you, Tanya, and I will.
Okay. Take care, everybody. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.